You are now listening to the following program on the Mixkill Media Network.
In a world that seems upside down, there is a man who uses his opinion as a weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin McTaggart is this man, and this is the McTaggart Attack Podcast. Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the McTaggart Attack Podcast. My name is Kevin McTaggart, and of course I am the host of the McTaggart Attack Podcast. Why wouldn't I be? I mean, seriously, it just makes sense. You know, my last name, so of course I'd be the host of the damn podcast. That bears my last name. Enough of that, I guess. I don't know. So yeah. This is episode 15. Episode 15. How exciting. Can't believe I've done 15 of these now. They're going along so far. I feel like I've gotten better with every episode. Much like comedy. You know, do better with that. I've done better with that with every episode, with every time I've gone on stage for the most part. You know, stuff like that. Yeah. So that's that. But yeah, I think this episode will probably be good. I'm going to talk about some serious issues during this episode. So hope you enjoy them. Hope you listen to them. This podcast is presented by the Mixkill Media Network, run by two lovely guys, G.W. Foley and Max. I can't remember his last name. I think it's Emmons. Let's say it's Emmons. But they're two lovely guys who do a lovely job of running their lovely podcast. Pay attention to all the other podcasts run through the Mixkill Media Network. They're all, I've guested on a few of them, and I think they're all pretty good guys that I've met. Unless they were being fake and I didn't really know who they really were. But no, it was fun. It's been fun. It's been a good time. They've got some good podcasts like the Elite Hour and Twin Geeks and Third Axis. I'm screwing up the names here. And Foley Kills podcast, of course. And then there's the Max on Mix-Off. I think I got it right this time. Maybe. Yeah, so go ahead and give those podcasts a listen. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. All nice podcasts. It's really just a podcast. Are really just like a different. Where am I going with this? They're like radio shows, but they're not on the radio. You can listen to them whenever you want, and you can listen to this podcast through the Mixkill Media Network. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I was just trying to ramble for a few minutes, talk about this. Let's see. I would mention sponsors, but there are no sponsors. If you would like to be a sponsor, please contact me and anyone, and I can get you in touch with Max and GW, and they can talk sponsorship and stuff like that. Okay, moving on. This was brought to my attention by my friend Reggie yesterday actually, that a comedian he knows who Steven Spinola, he received some death threats because of a tweet he put out about Baron Trump. I read an article about what the tweet was. It was I think he mentioned something about Baron being a child rapist, a future child rapist or something ridiculous. I'm not a big. I mean, I don't agree with his tweet at all. The McTaggart Attack Podcast does not agree with his tweet in any way, shape, or form. I want to make that clear. But I mean, you can tweet whatever you want. You know what I mean? I think it's bad that we get vilified for people are starting to vilify people, or it's been going on for a while where you get criticized for things you say. And I feel like in the Trump presidency it's going to get even worse, it seems. I don't know. A lot of people hate Trump, so they're willing to go criticize Trump, criticize the man, criticize the president. Don't. I'm not gonna pick on his kids, his younger kids or older kids. I'm not gonna criticize his wife. I think that's past the line for me. I don't think I'm only gonna talk about how much Trump pisses me off. That's all. I mean, leave the kids alone. Like, there was the Katie Rich tweet, which I think started it all about, I don't really know what that tweet said. It said something about him being I'm not going to talk about what the tweets said, because it doesn't matter. I understand that they can tweet whatever they want. You should be allowed to tweet or say anything you want, but you have to realize that there are consequences with that. You know? Do I agree with what they said? No. Would I have said what they said? No. But I mean, at one point, sometimes it's just a shame that people get vilified for words that they say. Well, I guess it makes sense that they do. I guess I'm just rambling again. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, it's just sad that, like, we care more about that. What am I trying to say? I'm really confused. I thought this podcast was going to go well, but it has gone down the crapper already. Oh my gosh. What was I going to say? It's not as if... It's just a shame that, like, you can say whatever you want, but you have to understand, if you're going to say whatever you want, you have to be ready for any consequences that may bring. I think that explains it well enough, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Right. It's just a shame. Like, I don't know Steven. I like I said, I have a friend that knows him. From all accounts, I'm told he's a good guy. They're comedians. We're telling jokes. We're trying to tell jokes. They're just jokes. If you don't like the jokes, don't listen to the jokes. You know, go do something else. Go listen to it. Go talk about other stuff. Go do other things. Just, like, you can change the channel. You can not read them. You know, don't send death threats. I'm against. Don't do death threats. That's just dumb. I mean, why? It's just ridiculous. Calm down. You don't need to do death threats. I do worry. I'll admit I worry anything that I put out there in social media that it would get a bad reaction. Like, I have a huge Twitter following now. I mean, something I'm gonna say might offend people, and I have responded to people who've been offended by what I've said, and I'm like, hey, you know, it's just my opinion, and you have your opinion, and that's fine. Like, I've had people insult me, and I'm just like, yep, you can call me that, and I'm alright with that. And then they get mad when when I'm just like, okay, cool, we're good. I'm not gonna attack. I'm not gonna attack somebody. I'm just gonna give you my opinion, and you can like it or not. You know, that's the way it should be. Death threats should never be an issue. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's crazy. We shouldn't. And some things, I wouldn't say. I think we all have our different out of bounds areas that we would talk about. And like I said, with Trump, I'm just going to talk about what he does, what he says, and what he's done so far as president. But I don't want to talk about what he's done so far as president yet. I want to talk about some other things first, you know. Do I have any more thoughts on the... It just seems like it's an attack on free speech, almost. But I don't know if it's really an attack on free speech. I think it's more like... just an attack. I've already said it. It's just... You can say whatever you want. You just have to understand that there are consequences. However, those consequences should not be death. Should be somebody to be mad at you, and that's fine. But to get someone mad enough to where they want to issue death threats is just crazy. I wonder if he's reported those death threats. I didn't look in to see if he did or not, but I would if it were me. And I mean, he has total reason that it's pathetic that he received death threats about that. That's sick, disgusting. There are a lot of sick and disgusting people out there, and people are gonna say stuff. We all have different opinions on things. We all have different ways to talk about things. Some people, for instance, I'll crack a joke. Like Reggie was telling me about what happened, to Steven, and I looked at his Twitter account and I realized, hey, we have more Twitter followers than him now. And Reggie's like, you're joking about it now? I'm like, yeah, why not? I have to joke about it now. They're just jokes. Would I joke about a kid or wife or family members? No, I'll joke about the adults who's currently in office as our President of the United States. Holy shit. Yeah, let's talk about him for a little while. Oh my god. What has he done so far? Let's see. I did not watch the inauguration. I kind of watched a review of it on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert later that night. I did have a beer that day, too, just to cope with it. So that happened. The beer made me rather depressed, but I think I was depressed because Trump is president now. It's just weird. Let's see, what else happened? Saturday was the Women's March, which I thought was great. Such great turnout all over the world. It was amazing. I heard that in Vermont, Montpelier exits 7, 8, and 9 on 89 were all closed at one point. Traffic was at a standstill. Wow, that's amazing. Then later that night, that afternoon, I watched Trump's speech at the CIA. It seemed like he was going fine talking to the CIA, and then he started whining about the crowd size compared to Obama's first, inauguration, and how his wasn't that good. He thought he had 1 million, 1.5 million people. He didn't. The person who told him that didn't actually know the figures at the time. He just estimated. He just made it up. It's just ridiculous. And then all the stuff that's happened, like he's backing the pipeline. He's not letting certain agencies speak to the media. I don't understand that. I don't get that. Once the wall built, trying to repeal Obamacare, make sure you replace it with something first. It's ridiculous. I just can't believe. He's being referred to as Mr. President now. I just never thought that would happen. It's just so weird that he's the president now. I saw he put out a tweet about did any of those people who protested yesterday vote? I'm like, what an asshole. Trump's an asshole. I hate him. I would not want any physical harm against him at any point. I'm just saying how much I hate him, and I'm just watching because I feel like he's not gonna last in office. He's gonna do something. He's gonna go out of bounds somehow and lose the presidency, lose the job. I feel like that might happen. It probably won't happen. It's probably more of a hope than a vision. But oh my god. It just seems a lot like a dictatorship right now. and that's awful. It's awful. This first week has been so ridiculous. How's the next 4 years going to be? Next 4 to 8 years. Let me just say that. I mean, who knows? Who knows how long it's going to last? Crazy. He's just oh my god. How is he going to unite us? If anything, he's making us more divided because we have people attacking people, issuing death threats over over tweets and comments and stuff like that. We need to calm down and just start listening to each other. I think the only way we can, like, the only way he'll unite us, I'm thinking, is he'll get everybody mad at him. That's the only way he'll unite us, but I don't even see that happening. But who knows, we've got, hopefully, only 4 years left of this term. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? The world is such a crazy place right now. Not because of Trump. I mean, that's a reason. It's not the reason. But there's just so much stuff going on. Crazy. Oh, and Mary Tyler Moore died yesterday. This isn't related to Trump. I'm switching topics now. Mary Tyler Moore died. That's sad. I remember her from the Mary Tyler Moore show and the Dick Van Dyke show. Not in that order. The Dick Van Dyke show was first. I understand that. I'm just listing the shows. She was iconic. All these celebrities are dying. But people die. That's a thing that happens. It just, I don't know. It's just sad. It's sad. Yeah. Ridiculous. Let's see. What else was I going to talk about? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, Mary Tyler Moore. Yeah. I remember her. She's one of the greatest comedic actresses of all time. Actors of all time. I don't know what the political correct thing to say there is, but you know what I mean. Yeah, right. It's too bad. But, hey, it happens. Let's see. I see any movies? I did see a movie. Switching topics again. I saw The Founder last weekend, starring Michael Keaton. I think Nick Offerman's in it. Laura Dern's in it. Can't remember any of the other actors' names. They looked familiar though, but it was a good movie. It was about the guy who founded McDonald's. Actually, what he did was, according to the movie, he found this place, McDonald's, who was doing revolutionary work in diners and stuff, getting the food out as quickly as possible in like 30 seconds. And he basically took their idea and their name and franchised it, and then eventually bought them out. And they couldn't even use their own name for their own place. They didn't even get any royalties from it either. I saw the movie said that they would have gotten like $100 million in royalties. Wow. But yeah, so it was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. I encourage you to go see The Founder. I was thinking of either going to see The Founder or Manchester by the Sea, and I didn't want to watch anything depressing, so I chose to go see The Founder instead. And I made a good decision. I'm gonna go see Manchester by the Sea, I think, if it's still out, but we'll see. I don't know. I also want to see, I think it's called Moonlight. That's another one. The Oscar nominations came out this week. I don't care. I used to care, but I don't care anymore. I see the awards as just ridiculous bullshit that just, patting yourself on the back, getting awards for movies that people should just enjoy. Who cares about awards? I think I'm done watching the Oscars. Especially since a musical might win it all. But I'm not a fan of musicals. Yeah, not a fan of musicals. Who is? Who would be? I don't know. I'm just gonna write down that I talked about the Oscars on my one of my topics. What else do I want to talk about? I wrote it all down this time, or I'm writing it down in the process, so I'll put this picture out and show people what I talked about for the most part. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to talk about that yet. Let's talk about the WWE. The Royal Rumble is this weekend. I'm looking forward to going over to GW Foley's house, the lovely GW Foley's house on a Sunday afternoon to go watch the Royal Rumble. Who's my pick to win the Royal Rumble? Not one of the part-timers that have shown back up. Not Goldberg, not Brock Lesnar, not The Undertaker, not anyone else who's a part-timer that's going to be in this. I don't know. I'd like to see an active wrestler win, but I don't see that happening. I don't think that's going to happen either. I don't know. So I don't have a direct pick, but I'm just like, I don't want to see one of the part-timers win. But I have a feeling they are, especially since I've predicted against it. And none of my predictions seem to go well, so, stuff like that. It just seems like WWE calls it the new era, but it just seems like more of the same stuff. Especially when you're bringing back wrestlers from the past. I did think it was pretty funny on Raw when Goldberg hit his head on the wall and then he came out and did a promo and couldn't do the promo. That was one of the, that's going to be the top Raw moment of the year in my book. Goldberg fumbling the speech the Monday before Royal Rumble. That should be good. So if I had to pick, who should my pick be? Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is my official pick for the Royal Rumble. Why not? I have no reasoning to pick him or whatever, but that's who I'm picking. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Super Bowl is happening in a week from Sunday. The Falcons against the New England Patriots. Rooting for the Patriots, of course. I'm a Patriots fan. That's how that works. I do think they'll probably win. It's going to be another close game again. Why can't they have a blowout? Or I hope they don't get blown out. That would suck. Who knows? I actually won't care who wins that much, I don't think. I'm not going to be bothered by who wins the game. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't care. But I'm rooting for the Patriots, but it's fine if they lose. That's an awful... I have no support. I mean, I'll be happy if they win. But if they lose, I'll just be like, oh, hey, the world's still spinning on its axis. Maybe Trump will fix that and end the world. I think he will. I think he could. He could potentially do something to damage the world. He already is with, not caring about the EPA or anything, really. It's just sad, scary times going on for people, depending on your perspective. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Let's see. Oh. Here's something. Last week I talked about how I hated my job. How it frustrates me so much that it drives me to tears. Listen to last week's podcast to hear my whole take on the topic. But I've sort of been thinking about it, and I guess I think it's good that I care. I think it's good that it almost drives me, that makes me want to cry, that it almost makes me want to cry, because I think that signifies that I do care about work. It's just that I'm torn on wanting to leave. I'm torn on wanting to leave because I don't really want to leave. I want things to get better there. I'm not going to tell you what needs to get fixed, but I'm just saying. And I had a good conversation with a friend of mine that I ran into at a bar last night, and we were talking, and I actually think I am pretty happy with my job. I just want to see things improve. I want to see things get better before I try to do something. I mean, I do want to look for a new job that pays more money, but that's not happening anytime soon. I'm not just going to leave for anything. I'm not. If I'm going to leave, it's going to be for a good opportunity, a better opportunity. That's why you should leave. So I'm not going to quit my job and go do something that pays less. That's just stupid. Everything I've seen online and job sites is like the pays $12 an hour. I make almost 17. I would need to make a starting salary of like $18 an hour if I was going to go somewhere. Are you hearing me? Anyone who has job openings? I'll take a job for 40 hours a week, at least $18 an hour to start off. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should be a teacher or a car salesman. The car salesman thing I'm still thinking about. That does sound intriguing to me. The teacher thing, I think I'd like to try that too. Who knows? We'll see. Look, exploring my options. So maybe I don't hate my job, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think I do. I think I do like my job. I just wish that it would get better, and it frustrates me. And I want to see it succeed, but I just don't think that's going to happen. But I want to at least stick around to see it get better. And I hope that it does. So that was my nondescript rant about why I don't hate my job like I thought I did last week. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's see. What else I want to talk about? Oh, I think I want to kind of tie these together. I finally won a comedy competition last night. As you know, if you've been listening to this podcast, I've been in the weekly competition, the Snowplow Comedy Competition at Outback Pizza in Killington, Vermont. The deal is there's 10 weekly competitions. If you win one of those, you get to be in week 11 and have a chance to win $500. And I'd been in 4 of the 5 first weeks. Yeah. And didn't win, and then the 6th week was the charm. Because I won. I brought the secret weapon, brought the Hardcore Comedy Championship, and talked about how much I suck in comedy competitions, and what do you know? I won a comedy competition. So that was pretty damn good. Now we got to think about what I'm going to do on March 1st, because that's the championship. That's the big week. But I won a comedy competition. I beat 9 other comedians. Or were there 8? I think there were only 8 other comedians. There were 9 of us, I think. So I still won. And I feel really good about that. It was a good day. It was a good night. I've been kind of tired all day today because I didn't go to sleep till 1 o'clock last night. So I'm kind of out of it. And I apologize for that if my podcast sounds like I half-assed it today. But I think I talked about a lot of good stuff. Let's see, I think upcoming shows, well, I'm going to do a few more of the weekly snowplow competitions to gear up for the final on the grand championship on March 1st. These will all be at Outback Pizza in Killington that start at 9 o'clock. Let's see, what else I got? I was supposed to have a show at the local in March, but the local in Rutland has closed, which is good because it was a shitty place anyway. I'm glad it's closing. I'm sad that I can't do shows anymore there, but I'm glad it's closing. GW will find some other place to do shows. He's a great guy. If you want him to do a show at your place, let him know. I don't know how to find him. I mean, I know how to find him, but I'm not going to tell you. Let's see. So that's all I can think of for upcoming shows. I don't really have much. I'm about to go on vacation and go to Myrtle Beach for my golf trip, so that'll be in a week or so. But I'll still put out a podcast, I think, for that week that I'll be away. Maybe. I might change my mind and decide not to do it. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Guess in closing, don't forget to look up the Facebook page for the McTaggart Attack Podcast. The Facebook page on Facebook. Yeah, I said that. I don't care. I have 101 likes now, so that's pretty cool. So I want more likes. I want 2,000 likes. I'm going from the goal of 100 likes to 2,000 likes. So go ahead and like the Facebook page on Facebook for the McTaggart Attack Podcast. I'd appreciate that. Also, follow me on Twitter. I say a lot of funny things, and have a good following. I think I have like over 37,000 followers as of this recording. It's at KevMcT, KEVMCT. It's a pretty easy Twitter handle, so look me up and follow me, because I need to be followed. I need the encouragement. Alright, I'm going to end it now. Thank you for listening to the McTaggart Attack Podcast. I'm still Kevin McTaggart. I'm just going to stop talking now. Have a good night, everybody, or morning, or afternoon, or wherever you listen to this. Do you listen to it? Let me know if you listen to it. Post on the Facebook page that you've listened to this, that you listened to the podcast. No one did that last week when I said it, which is very discouraging. But I know people are listening. If you're listening, tell me to my face that you're listening. I'd appreciate it. All right.